Hello friends, Jim here with Science Talk. I want to talk to you about the threats posed by fire and drought with regards to China and Europe. So, even if nations are able to limit the global warming, fire and drought will still remain potent threats. And if so, that would cause more harvest failures in China, and it could cause more fires in Europe. So, as you know, the planet continues to warm. Warmer air holds more moisture, which means it can pull more moisture out of the ground, drying out the ground, leaving the ground at risk for increased fires. And that's basically the mechanism here. And a new study is basically saying that areas charged by wildfires each summer in Europe could increase by 40% if things continue. If temperatures hit, say, 3 degrees C by the century's end, some models are indicating, then area covered by charred foliage and smoking tree trunks could rise by 100%. Burn down everything. And the indicators are, yeah, the planet seems to be going to a 3 degrees C rise by the end of the century. Now, you have your politicians, you have your skeptics who will say, well, it's so expensive to address this, so we're just going to stick our thumbs up our asses and do nothing. Yet, us climate science researchers keep saying, dudes, pull the thumbs out of your asses and enact some policies that can help alleviate. You're not going to stop it, but at least minimize the damage being done. China is now the world's largest emitter of greenhouse gases. Okay. Which is, because there's, China's helping subsidize solar energy use across Africa while they build more coal plants. So they're kind of having a dichotomous counter policy going on. So it kind of doesn't make sense. Scientists from China, Poland, and Germany report in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences that they use computer simulations and a range of climate change forecasts to model what could happen to rainfall and vegetation in China over the next 80 years, and then try to calculate that effect on China's economy, developing economy. Between 1949 and 2017, drought affected crops over an area of more than 2 million square kilometers. This is 1/6 of the country's arable land. And between 1984 and 2017, direct economic losses reached more than $7 billion, would it be, dollars a year at using 2015 prices. Were the temperature to stabilize at 1.5 degrees C increase, losses compared to the period 1986 to 2005 will increase tenfold. Compared to the immediate past of 2006-2015, the study estimates that losses will still rise threefold. Should temperatures go beyond 1.5 to 2 C, average drought loss could double again. So, a little caveat to put out there. Studies as these simply match what has happened in the past with what could happen in the future, always provided that things continue to go along as they are now. So this is what some of the skeptics would say. Studies can only deliver very broad brush outlines of what's expected to come. And these are obviously stated from people who really don't know how models are developed and done in science. We take all the parameters, all the variables, collect all the possible data we have for it. We determine the equations governing the processes. We put this all together in a model. And we run the simulations. What we try to do first is we try to get the model to reproduce exactly what has already been observed. Once we can get it to that point with 95, 99% accuracy, then we say, okay, we've got a good model here. Now it's ready to start doing these extrapolations. So it's not this, let's just throw shit at a wall and see what sticks. No, we work the models, we tweak them, and we keep adjusting until they can reproduce what has already exactly what's already been observed. Only then is it used to make these extrapolations. So the caveat that, we're going with the assumption that what's been going on will continue to go on. Okay, that's a valid criticism, but to say that, oh, we're just doing broad brush, or that, no, that's not a valid criticism. Now, were the methodology, what's happening, were to change, then you know what? We will adjust the models. Hey, we have new information, we have new data, new set of equations. We can adjust the models. Run them again to see if they're reproducing the new observation, and then go from there. So yeah, saying that the models are assuming that things will continue as they go, okay, that's a valid criticism, but what else are they going to do? That's the basis for which they can create their models. Higher average temperatures will mean ever more pronounced extremes of drought and rainfall. Dry areas become drier, wet areas become wetter. And a study earlier this year warned that in China alone, catastrophic flooding as a consequence of climate change could cost the country $380 billion over the next 20 years. Europe, too, the same study argued, would suffer significant losses as a consequence of climate change. Another such study in 2017 estimated that climate change and the attendant hazards of flood, drought, wildfire, and heat waves could threaten 350 million Europeans each and every year. Forest and scrub fires char on average about 4,500 square kilometers of Mediterranean Europe every year. This is Southern Europe, Mediterranean region. In 2017, there were damaging blazes in France, Italy, Portugal, and Spain, with human casualties and extensive ecological and economic losses. New research led by Spanish scientists and reported in the journal Nature Communications uses computer simulations and available data to take a look at the fires next time as temperatures rise. And the authors warn that even though there are large uncertainties in such projection, there's also a consistent pattern. The higher the temperatures, the more sustained the droughts, the larger the areas they'll be incinerated, because dry ground will combust more readily. And they're dry, it will spread more quickly. They do offer a palliative solution, though. Limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees C can strongly reduce the increase of burned area. To which I say, good luck. So anyway, basically some models working to see what can be expected to happen. We're going to see warmer temperatures, more risk from drought, more risk from fire, is basically what they're stating. And this will affect people, this will affect crops, it will affect economies. So overall, I thought just wanted to share some of that, those findings with you, and thank you for your time. Hey folks, this is Jim here reminding you to please subscribe to my channel and please share my videos with others. Also remember to click the bell so that you know when I drop in a new video. I also ask that you please consider becoming a patron of my channel and support the work that I do by going to patreon.com/Science Talk with Jim Massa, each word separated by an underscore. and becoming a patron. It's asking for as little as $3 a month, cost of a cup of coffee, to support the work I do and keep my informative videos coming your way. Thank you for your support.